Rachel Price and welcome to my podcast, Not Just Making the Tea, a show where we will talk about the realities of our career and life choices whilst made at school and college. It's all about celebrating the parts that don't go to plan as much as those which do. With every chat, we explore what life skills there are to be learnt and how they can influence and help us to succeed. This season, the focus is on key skills and the attributes which we all need to be more successful in our everyday lives. I hope that you enjoy listening, find the topics thought-provoking, entertaining, and that they add some positive vibes to your day. So on that note, let's get started with today's topic. 9 mindset changes you may need for you to reach your full potential. These 9 realisations are important and even necessary if you want to unleash your full potential. It's a sad truth that most of us never end up reaching our full potential. We have ideas in our business and our personal lives that we never follow through with, or we end up becoming complacent at some point in our lives. While there is no real gauge for maximum potential, most of us know innately that we haven't done everything which we need to reach our full potential. So why is this? Well, there are several reasons, but almost all of them are mental barriers. And thankfully, because of this, it makes it possible to overcome them in almost any circumstances. The secret to overcoming these mental barriers is in accepting certain truths about success and your own potential. Having an awareness of these 9 realisations is important. Some would even say necessary if you want to achieve everything that you can possibly set out to do. So number 1, there's never a perfect or a right time. Many of us delude ourselves by suggesting that now isn't the right time to start pursuing our goals. We will tell ourselves and others that it isn't the right time to study a particular course, or to ask for a raise because the company isn't doing exceedingly well, or it isn't the right time to start a business because we don't have our idea fully fleshed out. The problem is, once these obstacles are cleared, new obstacles will arise to take their place. There will always be reasons not to do something, and it will never be the perfect time. Knowing and accepting this is key if you ever want to start anything new. 2. Be aware that your efforts won't always pay off. So the fairy tale version of success goes something like this: that if you try hard enough and you put enough work in, you'll definitely be successful. Well, unfortunately, that isn't always the case. Sometimes you'll work very, very hard, but you just won't get anywhere, because your idea was just not quite right, or your timing was off, or because of some other external circumstance prevented you from making correct progress. Knowing this can help you to prepare for those inevitable failures and prevent you from becoming disillusioned when they actually occur. Number 3, but know that your effort is always worth it. Even though effort doesn't always pay off, effort is always worth it. In failure, you'll learn what not to do in your second attempt. It is your first attempt in learning. You'll gain experience and improve skills that you can use elsewhere in your life, career, or business development. Even if you waste your time completely, you'll get a better sense of what is and isn't a waste of time, and you'll work more productively in the next project or your future plans. Number 4, high expectations are rarely rewarding. High expectations are exciting. You push yourself harder, you fantasize about the possibilities of your efforts, and you'll be more excited about what you're doing and what you hope to achieve. Unfortunately, having too high a set of expectations rarely results in good long-term results. You won't always achieve your overly optimistic targets, and things won't necessarily go the way you planned, which in turn could end up leaving you resentful and needing to compromise your plans. Instead, sometimes just hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Expect to see conservative returns and try not to overestimate your need to succeed. Number 5, being busy and being productive are not the same thing. Just because you've occupied yourself all day and your diary is full doesn't mean that you're making a valuable effort. It's easy to keep yourself busy with tasks, but if those tasks aren't leading you to a specific higher goal, they aren't doing much good for you and your end result. Learn to distinguish between productive work and busy work, and you'll end up getting far more done in a shorter amount of time. Number 6, you will never be the best. No matter how good you are at anything, there will always be someone better than you. Even if your business rises to become the dominant competitor in any given market, at least one competitor will be able to outdo you in at least one area. This isn't a bad thing. In fact, it can be a very good thing. Once you realise this, you can stop focusing on trying to outdo everybody else and start focusing on what makes you unique from them. What is your unique selling point? What is your USP? Trying hard to be the best in everything will not only muddle your goals, it will also leave you very frustrated. So accept that you won't be the best at everything and focus on your USP. 7. Inaction is more regrettable than action. Generally speaking, people tend to regret the things that they haven't done more than the things that they have, even if the things that they have done weren't particularly good or great. This information is useful when you're facing a risky or a scary decision. Even if you follow through and fail, you'll regret it less than if you never tried it at all. Number 8. Everyone has something to teach you. This is a key lesson for your personal development, but it's one some people never realise or accept. Everyone in the world is better than you at something, and everyone else knows something more than you do. But understand that this also works in reverse. You will be better at some things than others will be. If you take the time to talk with people, whether they're mentors, co-workers, or even the stranger on the street, and truly listen, you'll walk away with a wealth of knowledge and second-hand experiences. And finally, number 9. Success may not be what you thought it was. This is also very important to remember. Many people go through their whole lives chasing wealth or fame or some other conventional measure of success. But when they get to that point, they realise that it just doesn't make them happy, or that it isn't really what they wanted in the first place. Other people find out halfway through a chosen career path or when starting a business, it isn't for them, and it's more stressful than satisfying. Be prepared to have your assumptions and your expectations challenged, and if necessary, be open to adapting. Success is definitely out there and it's waiting for you, but it might not be in the form which you expected it. Once you accept these 9 fundamental truths about success, work and development, you'll be far more flexible, more persistent and mentally tough enough to achieve whatever goals you set for yourself. It may not seem like they will make a big difference, but as soon as you accept them as reality, you'll feel it for yourself. So that's our topic for today. I hope you found it interesting and helpful. Thank you for taking the time to listen. If you've enjoyed this episode, then subscribe and get new episodes sent weekly. You can do that for free via Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast and more. I appreciate everyone who takes the time to listen, so please do subscribe, like, tell your friends and send me any comments and feedback. Also, check out the Instagram page, Not Just Making the Tea, for more information and updates. For activities and resources, check out the Learning Hub on educationyala.com. And also subscribe. Thank you once again, keep safe and chat soon. Have a great day.